Welcome back. Fearless Risk. Winter shenanigans in the shed. I'm doing the tank, the seat, and the loom. That's what I was getting at. Tank, the seat, the loom. So what I'm doing at the moment is I'm reverse taking a roll of tape because this roll of tape won't fit around the loom. Look how big it is. So I'm reverse rolling a little roll of tape, look, so I can fit it around the loom without having to rip it out from the bike, because I always feel like when you rip it out from the bike, from the frame, you can kind of put too much pressure on some of the wires, and I'd hate for me to snap one and then be chasing a problem that I don't know where it started. Anyway, we've got the tank here. This is the new tank. The old tank's in the carport because it smells like petrol and I don't like the smell of petrol. Had to remove the fuel pump here. There's got a huge big neck thing on there with the pump, and it's got a pressure regulator in there as well, and it's also got the centre unit for the fuel gauge. So this tank I bought off a guy on Trade Me. It's brand new, but it's made in China, and it's a 14 litre tank. The other tank was only 7. I've had a couple of little issues with it already. The vent hose, the vent pipe here, sticks out the bottom here. That goes up into the top. As you'll see, goes up into the top there. It also runs down through the inside of the tank and comes out here so that the vent can go under the seat, and for example any gases or anything can release underneath the bike. It probably also means that if the bike fell over, the fuel would leak out under the bike, not leak out the cap, hopefully. But anyway, what happened was that pipe was in the way of all my fuel pump and everything, so I had to, which is not ideal, but I had to put a rag on this piece of bar, put a rag on it, and I stuck it down in the hole, and I bent that rod out of the way, which was not something that I wanted to have to do, obviously, but I bent it out of the way, double checked all the fittings at the end, and they don't look like they've cracked or anything, because the pipe itself's pretty soft. It's only really mild steel pipe on the inside of the tank. So I just bent it out of the way so I could fit the pump in there, because the pump was hitting on it straight away, which is pretty of a Chinese design flaw. And one of these bolts on here was, what they'd done is they'd threaded it, but they hadn't threaded it straight, so it was kind of on an angle. So I had to blooming re-tap that, and I've torqued it all down now, put it all in. Wasn't the straightforward easy go conversion like I wanted it to be, but now I've just got to hope that it doesn't leak. It's powder coated black, it doesn't have Harley Davidson written on it, but at least I'll have twice the literage I had before. I had 7 before, and now I got 14. I was only getting about 150 k's, maybe not even that, before the fuel light would come on, whereas on that I should hopefully get, well, it's twice the literage, so if I was going to run it to fully empty, I'd hopefully get 300. But anyway, so I put this air cleaner back on. I had a K&N heavy breather on it, but I found it started running like shit. It was also running out of gas in the last video coming up the hill, but on light throttle with the heavy breather, because it had a big pod filter here. This bike I don't think's ever been tuned for these pipes, and let alone this air cleaner that was originally on it. And until I can afford to get it re-flashed, I'm just going to run the original air cleaner, because I don't want to run it lean and do any damage. I don't know if you can see here in the camera footage, but this is the new loom wrap from here to here. It's a fabric one and it's heat proof, whereas from here to here I just used loom tape, but it was still loom tape, but you can see it's shiny and it's plastic, whereas this is actually fabric. So I'm just wrapping it to make it nicer, and it's also heat proof, this new stuff. So in a few minutes hopefully we'll have a tank on, a seat on, and I'll put fuel in it and hope it doesn't leak. And I need to at some point jack it up and tighten all the spokes now that I've ridden it. I did a tank of gas through it, so I'll jack the bike up, spin the wheel, and as they told me, just give it a quarter of a turn on each one, working all your way around until they're all tight, just in case any have come loose. Yeah, should be ready for another ride and see how many Ks I can get out of it then. And the final thing will probably be just to get the ECU re-flashed, but with fuel and it's not running lean. And I was going to sell it because I need the money, but it's on Trade Me if you want to have a look at it. I'll put a dumb price on it because I don't actually want to sell it. So I'm not going to sell it unless I get what I want for it, because otherwise I'm going to keep it and I'm just going to keep working it. I've done so much work to it already that I'd be dumb to sell it now. And I was going to buy carbureted Sportster because I want to build more of a chopper, and then I can tune it myself with changing the jets. But unless someone offers me a carbureted Sportster for this, then I'm going to keep this because I like it, or unless I get my ridiculous price that I put on it. So anyway, I quite like the original air cleaner. It's the original 72 air cleaner. It's the round one. It kind of suits the bike, I reckon, especially now I've jacked the front up in a little bit. You'll see I'll put all the tank on, and I'm going to put the new seat on. As you can see, there's a bolt here for the original single seat, and then there's a bolt hole here for the next size up seat, and then this is the bolt hole for the seat I'm running now. But the seat that I'm about to put on, it's going to need a bolt hole about here. So I've got the new bolt set up that I'm going to drill a new hole and put that in there. I've got to drill a hole, and then I've got to file an indentation so that this lug goes in up through from the bottom of the seat. So I need to file that in, drill a hole for the round bit, file that in so that it can't rotate, and then this little plastic clip is what holds it in, so that'll come up through the seat, and then this bolt here then bolts into that to become the seat mount. So I'll need to do that at some point shortly. That'll be going about here somewhere. Once I put the tank on, I'll know exactly where the seat comes to, and I'll drill a new hole. So that's how they all are. That's what that is there. If you can have a close look at that, that's the same thing. It's the grommet. It's already in there, and it's got the tag already on it. You can buy them on Trade Me, $20 or something. There's a lot of stuff on Trade Me for these, to be honest, and pretty well priced too. It's kind of like Lego for adults, I guess. Chinese tank. Wie in China. Nothing's ever straightforward when it comes to a Harley Davidson. Pretty sure I could just cut it. Belts are all going up there. Now, tank's on, bolted all up. Crazy how much bigger this tank is. I reckon it looks pretty good still. Always missed the nut. Always had the nut missing. See this nut here? It's supposed to be fucking not a nut. It's supposed to be like a thing that slides into.
Yeah.
It's supposed to help lock the seat in. Never had it. There it goes. No, that's not the right one. The right thing. Just have it sit on it. Sit on that. Stand it up. The seat's fucking hard as a rock.
Oh yeah, that is cool. it does feel hard around my thighs.
Mm.
This is quite comfy, but this edges are hard.
Yeah, it's hard. The whole seat's hard. Rock
Yeah.
hard. See if I put the other seat back on.
Maybe just ride it once and see what you think.
I mean, I can put the bolt in.
Yeah.
I can put the bolt in. Wait, check that one. Whereas,
This part's a lot simpler. Because the other one's got a hard seam right there, and that's where your thighs are putting the most pressure on.
so I've only got one tongue. One tongue. The other seat, the guy never told me, traded me, of course, never told me that it doesn't come with the tongue. So I was like, mate, that's not helpful. So if I want to swap seats, I've got to swap the tongue. I'll probably make one eventually. Probably should be making that now, to be honest. So then I can just swap the seats and not have to muck around. 'Cause I don't think this is long enough either, actually, this time. Oh, okay. Just look at that. It's kind of like needs to be longer.
Yeah, that's not gonna work.
Okay, I'm gonna make a tongue for the seat.
See you next time.
See you next time.
I'm gonna rest.
See you in 100 years.
So, you're saying goodbye to an era.
Maybe.
Maybe.
So I found a carbureted Sportster that I want. It's stock standard, nothing like this, but I want something that I can build and tune myself. It's had pipes put on it, air cleaner, and it's been tuned. It's short motorcycles, the carb has. It's just a stock standard Sportster Custom 06 with the big tank, 17 or 19 litre tank I think it's called, which is what I want. I want the big, originally my first Sporty I ever had was an 07, and it had the big tank. You just hold the bike, I'm just going to drop it.
Okay.
Had the real big tank.
Right now we're just...
I'm taking the slugs out because they don't want the slugs.
Because we've got a lady who might be interested in swapping her bike, which is a carbied Sportster, for this bike, which is beautiful.
She doesn't want them because she needs to be able to touch the ground, and
This will help.
this will help her quite a bit.
There she is in all her glory. So we've replaced the cover. We've taken the slugs out and we've changed the foot pedals back to the ones that were on it. Just keeping a couple of little bits and pieces around the car. Go meet up with her, go check out her bike, see if he even wants her bike, because you can hear the builders doing their building stuff. But he's going to go check out her bike, see if any has a fancy for her cool blue vintagey kind of stock standard 06 carby sporty. Afterwards he'll go to Kakari and get this thing on warrant, so that it's freshly warranted for the new owner. So yeah, if you were interested in the bike, today's your last day to hit buy now. So actually, by the time this video comes out, it'll be probably too late, unless he decides he doesn't like the bike he's going to go look at.
Which could happen.
Which could happen.
Because it's quite nice down low again. Right. Do you think?
Uh-huh, I do.
Yeah. Love you.
I love you.
Is it all done up? Is it?
Yeah.
Pretty much. I'll let you know.
Yeah, all good. Bye, bike. See you maybe. Maybe not. Who knows?
down? That's fucking hauled ass.
It's very retro. How do you like the position of that handlebars?
It feels so comfortable.
Yeah.
It's like whole bike compared to the other one is so much nicer. The seat's fat too, so it's real soft and cushy. It's like riding an old school classic. It's so nice. I'm fucking stoked. She gave me $2,000 cash.
Nice.
I was happy I would have straight swapped her because it rides nice. Like, oh man, the difference between carbureted and injected is just, fuck. I don't know, so much nicer. And the suspension's real soft on this. The other one was like, every time I hit a bump, all the way to Kaikoura, I was like, fuck my neck. And then I hop on this and it's just like, everything's soft.
Nice.
And fucking the throttle's just like, you just rip it open, it's just, like it's...
Takes off.
And it sounds way nicer than that other bike did, I reckon. But she's really happy with that other bike and I'm really happy with this, so it worked out well.
That's awesome.
I'm going to take all this shit off, this is not on something.
What is it? This
is like the old dude that owned this bike before then made all this.
Alright.
So we're getting rid of all that shit. The other bike passed the warrant piece of purse.
Oh,
She put these on from the States. These are
they look pretty grippy.
Yeah, I think that's fucking just playing this there.
Yeah, it's not a huge one, it's maybe
Just twisting, eh?
Yeah.
They're quite thin in there. They must be aftermarket ones. I love it.
That's pretty.
Like, look how knobbly these knobs are. Look at this.
Yeah,
Look
that's
how
a
fat
big
that is.
turd.
So I'll be replacing those.
Yeah.
These are a little bit.
Look at these. Look at these mirrors.
Yeah, they're
very retro.
But someone's ground the top of this off for some reason. I don't know what that's all about, but that's alright. But holy shit, it goes so good.
Sounds real good.
Oh, fuck, it just so nice to ride.
That's good, baby. Look at that. Things worked out.
I love the shape of it, eh? Like that.
Yeah.
Like once this is gone, like if you look back, once that's gone,
yeah,
which I might do right now, I'll fucking rip it all off, eh?
Yeah. Does
I'll
feel.
just back it in the shed. Someone stuck a
foot pedal.
Yeah. Up off the ground, but it scrapes because it can't go fully home, so it scrapes on the when I'm riding around.
Oh, that's a bit dumb.
And no more alarm.
Oh, sweet.
I was like, woohoo! It doesn't have an alarm. Yeah. No more fucking gay alarm to be chirping at me and
flattening the battery.
I kind of need to take this home and charge the battery because it nearly started when I got there, but I was like, and I went to start and then it died and then it wouldn't start. I was like, fuck it. So that's why I had to charge it to go to town. Fuck, it just goes so good. I'm blown away by how good it goes.
That's a big smile.
That's what she said to me because she went for a ride, and when I finally got it going, went for a ride and she followed me on the other bike, and then she's like, man, I could see your smile from down there. I was like, yeah, I just love old school bikes.
Yeah,
like,
this is so cool.
I love old school. I don't like
the more modern,
new injected.
yeah.
That bike I had that was injected, I just didn't like it. No. I just loved it.
This is cool, and the colour's nice.
I don't like the colour that much, but it's growing on me.
Yeah.
It's already started to grow on me.
It reminds me of blueberry.
You're like, I thought it was like this colour.
Yeah.
But it's actually this colour, which is like the midnight blue, which is quite cool.
Yeah, I really like it.
And she's really happy, I'm really happy. Alright, and this is brand new, but it's a small tyre.
What does that
It's near 150.
Mm. That does make it look better though, not having that stuff there.
So I want to list this tyre
Yeah.
and try and get a solid back wheel. These came out with a solid back wheel too.
That's right,
And most people like the spoke wheel. Well, I don't have to throw it in tonight. We could fucking just put it in the shed and bring that charger down the road sometime.
Okay. I would love a bar, so if we can at least do that, that would be cool.
Yep.
So I guess that's the end of that. This is the end of this particular bike's journey.
Probably dumb to be swapping it for a carby bike, but I just like carbureted bikes because I used to be a mechanic once and can't be fucked with injection. I can change anything then too.